Hello everyone, and welcome back. Let's talk about how to script successful marketing videos. So in today's message, I want to help you feel confident that when you go to hit record on your next video, that you're doing it right and that you can plan, script, put together an outline, and then confidently know what you're going to say in your marketing messages. So first off, you let me know if this sounds like you. Do you ever feel like the task of going to script your videos is kind of overwhelming and daunting? Maybe when you go to hit record, you feel like you're not really genuine, or you're not saying the right things that actually invite your audience to be inspired and then to invite them to take action. Or maybe you found that past videos you've created just have fallen flat, whether it was a video that you just put out on social media, published it to get it out there, or one that you actually put paid advertising behind. If you find like this sounds like you, then what I'm going to share with you will help you really effectively plan your marketing messages and then go to script them. And scripting can look like a word-for-word script, like you're reading off of a teleprompter, or it could even look like an outline to know exactly what is my beginning, middle, and end for how to connect and then invite my audience. And one thing we'll definitely look at too are some helpful kind of tips to keep in mind to help remove all of that overwhelm and sometimes the waste of time that you put into writing scripts that may never even be recorded or see the light of day. Because it's one thing to have an idea and a concept for a marketing video. It's a whole nother thing to plan, script it out, even storyboard it, meaning you're planning out your visuals of what's going to happen, and then go to film it and then edit it and then publish it. I guarantee every single entrepreneur or business out there has at least one, if not many more, videos that were even recorded, got to the point of being recorded, but never actually got published. No one actually saw that video, even if the concept and the message was powerful and would have done great to help them grow their business. So my goal with this is to definitely give you that confidence that your script is right, but also that you can carry it all the way through getting it published and out there. Okay, so consider this when it comes to marketing videos. It's just that. It's marketing first and then video second. So when you go to plan out your marketing messages, you need to consider the entire customer experience. For new marketers out there, obviously you can call it a sales funnel. And so what that looks like is considering what is each essential step my audience takes from learning about me for the first time, so being a cold audience member, not knowing anything about me, learning about me, right? To then learning a little bit more, to maybe becoming a new lead in your business, to then eventually showing that they trust you when they pay you. And what I'm speaking to are three phases of marketing. There's the traffic phase, there's the lead phase, and then there's the sales phase. It's all about generating that attention in the traffic phase. This is where a lot of your content and your messages, your videos exist. So you generate the traffic, get that attention, send them to your website or your sales page or a place that you're offering a free resource, or even a paid resource, and they become a new lead. And then the third phase is when they become a new sell and they get access to different types of content along each step of this journey. So when you can understand where your audience is in this journey in learning about you and even working with you, then you can understand what type of message you need to deliver. Because when it comes to marketing messages, marketing videos, the script that you're going to put together is going to vary differently. The invite, the call to action is going to be different because you're going to do less selling when they already know, love, and trust you, and they're paying you as a customer. You've already sold them, so you don't need to invite them necessarily to go and buy a product unless they are upgrading or taking you up on an upsell, another product or service opportunity. So in understanding where your audience fits in their journey, then you can know what types of things to say in your scripts. And let alone before you even script, you can plan out certain marketing videos, marketing messages. Okay, so let's pause here for a second and kind of consider, well, this is great. I can consider this, but what if I have multiple products or services? You know what? Your products or services all fit underneath the same business, unless you have multiple businesses, then consider that. But they fit all within the same business, then the messages for what product or service your audience needs to start with to be successful, and then maybe you can progress them to the next product or service you offer if you offer multiple ones. But plan those out. Understand that those messages can exist as ads on social media or YouTube videos, right, for marketing videos. Or they can exist as video sales messages on your sales pages, or maybe it's a brand hero video, a brand story video that exists on the homepage on your website. To then, after they buy your product or service, maybe it's training videos, maybe it's product demonstration videos. If you're a course creator, right, it's your course content. So considering what those messages are is first important. Then you can plan out, okay, what does my audience need to know and feel and then do as a result of watching this message? And so the most powerful and usually the most marketing focused messages exist in the first phase of marketing, which is traffic. This is where you're capturing their attention. And obviously you want to send them to your website or your sales page. Okay, so in scripting your messages, you want to, again, remember these three things. What do I want them to know by the end of this message? What do I want them to feel? What do I want them to do? So you can even say, like, for example, you heard me say at the beginning of this message that I want you to know and feel confident that you're doing videos right, videos that actually will that will work to grow your business. So there's an element of feeling confident that your marketing messages and your scripts are going to work, and then knowing that you then can then go and get them recorded and published and out to the world. And then do is the invite at the end. I'll even give you an invite now, by the way, because I'm going to reference it. It's called the Video Supply Scripts document. It's a free guide. You can go to videosupply.com/resources to get access to that. And it walks you through my video scripting framework. And so that's a helpful resource to know how to go script those ad videos. Maybe it's a video sales message on a sales page, whatever it may be for the journey of your customer. Excuse me. So go and download that. That will be a helpful resource. And then once you do that, and when you go to script your videos, consider some of these details. One is don't overcomplicate your message. Sometimes people like to give 20 call to actions and be super pitchy, delivering all these sales pitches and their marketing messages. And let's say you give 20 call to actions, but they're all the same call to action. That can be relevant. That can be a really long video because you're going to have to insert other messages throughout. But don't overcomplicate your marketing video. If you do so, you're going to overwhelm. So if you overcomplicate it, you're going to overwhelm your audience, and they probably won't take action anytime soon, because you got to keep the message simple. Give them that know, feel, and do type mentality and knowledge by the end. Another aspect too is using a hook. You find that at the beginning of this video, I did just a very simple hook saying this is what we're going to cover in this video. And so what you'll do as a viewer or audience member watching the marketing video, calling this a marketing video, is identify, hey, is this for me or is it not for me? If it's not for you, you're going to go scroll through and watch something else. And that's okay. But the people who feel like it's relevant to them right now will end up watching it all the way through, or at least for the messages that are good enough to get them to then act and go to the next step in their journey. So use a solid hook, and then make sure that you deliver your core message as early as possible. So you may ask, what does this look like? Your core message, the marketing message you want to deliver, needs to be defined before you even go and script a video. Because a lot of people may feel, and maybe this is you included, that you don't know what to say because you don't know how to talk about what you do in your business. Sometimes you may feel like you may know how to talk about what you do, but maybe it's not working. That's because you're not doing it in the most powerful way. And in order to do that, in order to get people to really resonate with what you're saying, you need to craft a more powerful and clear brand message. We have a framework called Story Supply that we help people do that with, because that messaging piece is essential for you to actually do marketing right. If you have an unclear or a poor messaging, a poor message inside of your marketing, then your marketing won't work. And then of course your videos won't work, because then, this is part of the framework actually of Content Supply is a focus on messaging, marketing, then medium. So the type of content you use, and they all come, one after another. You have to first focus on your message, then your marketing, then your medium. So make sure that you understand and have message clarity as one of the first steps. Because when you can do that, then when you're scripting your marketing video, you can feel confident that, okay, great, I can hook them this way. This is the type of person I'm speaking to. Here are their problems. Here's what they want. Here's their payoff. Here's the results that they want. And then here's the plan I can present to them. Maybe here are some objections I can overcome. All of these pieces that are common to messaging, common to developing a more effective marketing plan, fits inside of your marketing video script. So consider that. And then you also want to, this is a big one, you want to speak to your audience in a way that they can identify with the message. So oftentimes you can do this early on in the hook or shortly after the hook to your marketing video, where you can literally call out their identity. Hey, entrepreneurs. Hey, course creators. Hey, thought leaders. Hey, nonprofit business owners. Hey, visionaries. Whatever the identity may be to your audience that you're speaking to, call them out so that way they can self-identify and then be like, okay, I'll keep watching because this is definitely for me, or I know of someone who this video is for. So definitely speak to them and use words like you. You've got to do this. Notice that I just did it there. You got to do this. Use you and less of I. And the more you use you, the better that you will be set up to succeed with your marketing video messages. And then you also want to make sure you have a conversation. So I would say having conversation comes in multiple forms. One is making sure that when you script a video, that it sounds conversational, that you're not using language, say, that would be, you wouldn't use in a conversation you're having with a friend. You also want to use simple language that, say, people who are not familiar with your industry as much or the industry language. Like, if you're speaking all this marketing language, then you want to try to simplify it as much as possible. And then it also comes down to your delivery. You also don't want to be too monotone, even if you may have, even if you don't have, even if you have conversations that can often be monotone, you want to definitely deliver your message with more of a powerful voice, but don't do so in a way that is inauthentic and overdone. And I've definitely found, to speak to an I moment, personal experience, there's been times, and this is definitely coming down to how you develop your own brand voice and your ability to be confident on camera, is through trial and error. There's been many videos that I have recorded, many published, some maybe not published, that were kind of inauthentic to who I was. I had friends or colleagues saying, oh, I love that video, but it didn't seem like the true Dallin. It's because I was not trying to be someone I'm not, but I was delivering with far too much energy and making it less conversational. So focus on having a conversation with those you're talking to, even if you're just looking at a camera or your computer as you're doing it. Another piece is you want to make it concise. So for your marketing video, make it concise. This video is going to end up being, or if you're listening to this as a podcast, for example, this is going to be longer form, not as concise, but if you look at it as this, the messages within it can be concise, meaning I can repurpose these messages and turn them into ads. The central message, though, needs to be concise and simple and to the point, and not beating around the bush. And so this is more of an education-related message versus, say, a strictly ad, marketing message. And so that can provide the opportunity to make it more long form. And that's what you see often with YouTube videos. But even YouTube, for example, is testing different shorter form videos, although they've historically have favored longer form content. So consider that in keeping your message concise. And then you also want to practice your script before you even go to record it. And this helps out with the conversationalist, making it sound like a conversation, where you do what we call a table read. Actors do this all the time before they go and record their shows or movies, is they do a table read. They read through and practice their delivery. And as you do this for yourself and making sure that there's no typos, it sounds natural, then you can go and fix and do a new draft of your script if it needs that kind of overhaul. So that's a definitely essential phase before you go and hit record. There are times that you find you may do the first draft of a script and never read it until you go to hit record. That can kind of set you up for a tricky place to be in, because then you may have to do more takes. You may fumble. You may look unprofessional. You may be like, ooh, there's another blooper. Bloopers and retakes are normal, but why not give yourself the confidence that you know what you're going to say in your videos by reading them days beforehand, if not weeks beforehand, and prepping to film? Because oftentimes, one thing that we recommend is batch content creation. Script a series of marketing videos weeks before you end up actually recording them, and then record them all at once in multiple hours. And then that way you can get them recorded for months to come, whether it's a series of new ads you're doing, new YouTube videos, whatever it may be for your customers. Okay, so those are some strategies to consider when it comes down to scripting more effective marketing videos and giving you that confidence. And one thing that I definitely recommend in doing so as well as you go to plan it out is, again, focus on message clarity first, knowing how to talk about your customers and then to your customers in a way that gets them to know why they need to watch or receive your message, feel your marketing, feel your message, and then know what they're supposed to do. So the know, the feel, and the do. And in doing so, you can connect with them, and then you can inspire them to take action. And again, there is a resource to help you with this. You can go to videosupply.com/resources called Video Supply Scripts. It's a free video scripting guidebook that helps you get started to plan, script, and outline your marketing messages. All right, so go off, get your videos scripted, get them recorded, and get them published. Don't allow the perfection of the perfectly edited video or the perfectly crafted and scripted marketing message to keep you from simply just publishing and testing these messages and getting more confident with being on camera. Because being on camera will make the difference between you being visible and invisible in your industry. And what that means is the difference between invisibility and visibility is the fact that your your audience will actually know you exist and then be inspired to take action with your business over any other, to buying your products and services and help you grow your business in the process. All right, take that to heart and implement it right now and go off and create your marketing videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on a future video.